Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and in this one we are going to see how we can deploy Django application on Caddy server. Okay, so in order to deploy application we first have the server. Okay, so for me I have already created server on DigitalOcean, so let me just copy IP address and open the terminal. Okay, so let's make the terminal a little bit bigger and do SSH login into the server. So command is SSH root and IP address of this server, right? So once it is done, right now I am inside the server. First thing we need to do is apt update and apt upgrade. Okay, so update, right? So this will update the all of the repositories on the server. And next thing we need to do is apt upgrade, that will upgrade the all packages on this server to the latest version. So apt upgrade, right? That's the command. So for me everything is updated and upgraded. So let me just clear the screen. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we need to install some Python packages. Okay, so let me paste the command right here. So right now we are installing Python 3 pip and Python 3 venv. So you might be wondering that why we are not installing the Python 3 itself, because Python 3 is already there on the all Ubuntu servers. So as you can see, I'm using Python 3.10.12, right? So let's go ahead and let's install the packages. So for me already installed, that's why it is showing, but for you it should show the process. Okay, let me clear the screen. Next thing we need to do is we need to install the Caddy on the server. So for that we need to paste this particular command right here. This is the command where curl is fetching the some remote script of the Caddy that I have created to make installation a little bit simpler, and it is passing to bash to install. Okay, so for me Caddy is also installed, so that's why it is asking to replace it, but I will just hit Ctrl+C and clear the screen. But you should follow the whole installation process. You should let the script install the Caddy, right? So next thing we need to do is we need to get the sample Django app, which is I have already created on my GitHub. You can just paste this particular link, and that should give you that should clone the GitHub repository in your location. This is the location that you are looking for. Okay, so if I do cd and /var/www/Django with sample, as you can see it is showing the requirement.txt and my test, which is my project. So if I do ls my test, as you can see the Django files are there inside the folder, right? Great. Right now we have two options. Either we can install requirement.txt using pip on the base OS, or we create the virtual environment. So I suggest creating a virtual environment, because it might be possible that you are hosting multiple Django apps on the same server and they are belongs to different Django version. So in that case, if you have one app installed already and if you create another app, that will break first app. So that's why we create virtual environment, so that both of the website will be isolated, right? So let me go ahead and let's create virtual env folder then. So for this I'm using Python 3-venv and then path for the env. So if I do ls right now, as you can see the my env folder is already created right here. Next thing we need to do is we need to activate this virtual environment. So I have added the source and the activate script here. So if I want to deactivate, I can just do deactivate, right, this, and it will be deactivate, right? So rather than executing this full command, what also I can do is source, and hence I am in the same folder. I will do my env being activate, right? This will also work. So let me clear this screen. So then we need to do is we need to install the pip packages, or you can say requirement.txt file. So it is saying the requirement.txt file is not there. Okay, interesting. So it might be possible that the path is wrong, because see, requirement.txt file is right here, but it is saying that it is inside Django sample, then my test, and then requirement, but it is not inside the my test, right? So what we can do is we can just remove the my test from here like this and hit the enter, and that should do the thing, but still it is not there. Might be there's some spelling issue. If I do ls, the requirement file is there. So let's do pip install -r and just add the file name right here, and that should do the thing. Okay, so I will check this. So I will check what is the issue with this particular path, or is it any spelling mistake or something, and I will correct in the blog also, right? So once it is done, we are ready to go. Next thing we need to do is we need to create a Gunicorn service. Okay, so why we are using Gunicorn? Because we will be creating, service daemon or socket using Gunicorn, and then we will pass that socket to the Caddy, and then Caddy will host the site. So this is how it goes. So let me paste it. So here we are creating service file on the standard location with standard name, which is Gunicorn. Let me hit enter, and I have already given the service file details on the blog, so you can just copy from there and do Control S, Control X to save it. Then we need to edit the Caddy configuration. So for that, we need to open the Caddy's default configuration, which is at location /etc/caddy/caddy5, right? So as you can see, this is the default configuration which is already there on the server. So we are not going to disturb that configuration. We can remove that, but I don't want to remove that. Okay. So let me paste my configuration, which is basically I'm hosting this website on dj.1yt.in, which is my subdomain, and I'm doing reverse proxy for port 8000, because if you remember, by the way, I did Control S and Control X to save the file. So if you remember in the Gunicorn, if we go to this particular exit start command, as you can see, we are binding the 8000 port. So that's why I am including that 8000 port on the reverse proxy, right? So yeah, so save the configuration and let's go ahead and let's restart some services. So we need to daemon reload first because we changed the service file. Then we need to enable the Gunicorn service newly that we have created. Then we need to start Gunicorn service, and quickly we need to check the status too. Status. Okay, so Gunicorn service is running. Congratulations. And next thing we need to do is we need to restart the Caddy service too, because we have added the configuration. And once it is done, let me check status 2. Okay, it is also running right there. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we need to check the IP address of the uh, server. So this is our IP address, and we need to point to our domain name because we are hosting site on dj.1yt.in. So for me, I am using DNS from the Cloudflare, but for you it can be anything like GoDaddy, Namecheap, or Google Domains. So this IP is wrong. This is the old IP that doesn't exist anymore. So let me change the record for DJ with a new IP address. Let me save it. And if I go to the new tab, and now if I do dj.1yt.in, it should show the website. So if it is not showing the website, there are two possible reasons. Either the record itself is not created yet, or there is something else that we need to do. So for checking the record, we need to dig dj.1yt.in, and we need to check if the IP address is matching with our IP address. Yes, it is matching with our server IP address. See, it is matching. So let's try one more time. So dj.1yt.in. Okay, still it is not showing. That means we need to restart the Caddy, because we pointed the record after restarting the Caddy, which is, in that case, it might be possible that Caddy wasn't able to get the SSL for the domain name. So I have restarted the Caddy again. So yeah, that's all about the hosting the Django web application using Caddy server. If you have any question, please ask me in the comment. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next.